Good morning, folks. It's 2:24 a.m. on the second day, second month. I had 26th day, 2025. Right, I'm gonna get right into it. I'm not gonna be too animated. It's very, very late here. But you might hear a dog barking in the background. I don't know. It's what's why it's been going on all day here anyway. So I'm gonna run through the infrared here. Some of the man-made conditions here in this storm. You can see that right there. That right angle in this storm is really pretty good evidence of geoengineering. As I pump this along, you can see some of these like dots that'll be appearing, which is a colder deployments of something in the top cloud decks here. It's just started getting her eye. I just seen it a little while ago on the one of the images here. You see how square that is? That's not natural. Here, let's pull up the marker. I'll take that down a little more. Now let's pull up the marker and get rid of it. And I'm going to go through some of this, and I'm really pretty positive about the path this is going to take. So I really want to document now the geoengineering, that this is going to take. Yeah, I've hardly slept in 3 days because of this animal in the house. There we go. I got it in the alleyway between the houses, and anytime something moves, it barks. Oh, what did I just do? Okay, you come back. Hi. Hey, you come back. Now we'll get back to you. So I lost my snippet. Let me do that again. I'm tired. Too many storms this year, and it's just started. And we're on the anniversary, aren't we? About the 10-year anniversary of a very major storm that you had up along that area. We're also getting on the 3-year anniversary of Lismore. See how square that is? And when you get a hurricane storms, and they should funnel in. You see a band like that and a band like that, and they come in and they mix and they turn around and they make an eye. But that's not what I'm seeing here at all. I'm seeing lots of little chem deployments like here and here. This big mess of crap here, where if I zoom in even further on that, you'll see even more. And I'm going to zoom further. Yeah, don't expect me to be too animated. And even looking in this, you see that the structure of these are cold, these darker ones like that, and you see the tendrils pointing towards a spot, and you see the tendrils pointing towards a spot. Come on, pen, pick up. There we go. And you see these even inside what's supposed to be the center of a circular or circulation. And even on the side here, different temperature, this big round mess. You see the chem. Well, I'd say something's right there, wouldn't you? You connect the rest of the dots in your head with those lines in. Or do I have to make it obvious? Do I have to go, well, you see that line, see that line, see that line, see that line? And if you really look at it, you'll see each one of those is a wedge. Yep. Really good at pluming up the sky. Really good at making man-made storms. So I really should just get to what I'm seeing going on. Right, first thing I'm going to go to is I went to this tropical cyclone and I went and got the data. And so let's have a quick peek to see if they're even agreeing with each other, which they often don't. Do you have a 59 knot wind or a 74? I think somebody's lying, right? I know Wendy's lying. Because one forecast is kind of hinting at what I'm seeing on the maps. But when I went on there and I downloaded the mimic, I should have it already over here. And I come in on this here. Let's get that bigger. See them hitting that side of the storm? And they're just doing that whipping move now. So I expect its category to increase briefly. But by the time it gets to the shoreline on Sunday, your time, it's not going to be quite hardly even cyclone strength. I'm not even expecting it to be cyclone strength, actually. You see how they're whipping it here with the EMF? I'm lucky I can get a capture. Now let's see if I time this just right. Here about now. See if we catch anything here. So again, I can show you something here. See, these beams come out straight, and then the air itself moving starts to make it curve. They're not shooting like a weird beam like that. It's actually shooting V's out, and it'll do one from here as well. And this is pushing it like the merry-go-round in the park, and it's putting pressure to push it that direction, and that's putting pressure that direction, and it's whipping it around. And a wall of EMF here will back that up into it a bit. So you'll end up seeing a line, a storm's right there, or in this case, right here, that's nucleating constantly. Now whipping that side there, that would have been another good one to shoot. And some big beams came down on this angle here. See it on that side at the on that end frames there. So right now this is a fantastic example of whipping up a storm. It's the whip move, like the double Dutch jump rope. So I wanted to make sure we got that on record. Now I went and I had a good look at Mimic, and I did a post, and it's probably the easiest if I just pull up some of my graphics. Oops, not that one. To show you. I went to and looked at the beams that went on through the tropics, where the moisture is all going to come in at, and what the flow is itself that the land is showing. And I come up with this. I'm going to pull my Facebook up. It might take a moment. Yeah. I like that meme. Whoever I stole that off of, and whoever they stole that one off of, well done. I want to get my maps out. Right. I drew a line that says you're fucked. Right. Through here. Because I picked up the beam coming straight down the coast here. I picked up the step move coming in. And it looks like it's coming in just, well, the center circulation is going to be right nearly over Agnes Water. The storm's going to very closely approach Mackay. There's a big gap inland for some of this moisture to go. So some areas west of the coast in this pocket in through here where I'm circling about is going to experience some problems, but not the main brunt of the water as she then tracks down coast, which no other forecast is saying what the EMF is showing me, right? Because I told you I had to look about, and sometimes it's easier to show you with the beam lines all done, right? Now, a big beam came up this coast in this direction here, right? You see those arrows? That's because this beam, it lasted about 8 hours, and it moved that direction. So I know it hemmed all that, all the potential and flow is pushing up the ocean that way. This flow is going that way. This one here has a decent wind to it as well. So when it runs into this wall of EMF that's been set up by a ship, a coastal object is all I could call it. One of the devices in Brisbane, and most likely one of the next rads, is capable of hitting that far. Yes, upgraded radars are next rads. I've proven that one already. See how it's got a bit of an eye starting to show to it, and I'll get you a better shot of that. But the only passages it has open are right in here. And they even put down what I call the food. They'll start to make an energized area and put the chemical catalysts that are ready to receive it. You see that scalar square there? It's going to make things difficult for it to try to come in here. So I'm kind of seeing it coming here, stalling a bit, and then making a beeline. Or it could take this path right through here, which will skate it a bit closer to Mackay. And that'll be determining the totals that we're going to see on the peninsula down there near Yapoontang, Bywater, and all those beautiful areas I got to visit out there. Yeah. Marlborough, man, we got great little great chocolate malt. Hey, those things are important to me. I should make a list of where you get a good malt. You're going to have big problems coming as well over here, Vanuatu, and yours is coming quick. And so why I say that about these things is because of these beams. I back up a few days, you'll start to see, a few hours on this one, because each one of these jumps is an hour. If I zoom back and let you see the full picture of things, if you look up in here, you'll see a huge, huge beam went off to influence this one. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Big beam went right over the top of Fiji. right? So their earthquake risk is extremely high right now with all these beams going on all through the tropics here. If I see something kick off in the sixes, I am not going to be surprised at all. Now, they've separated this storm and this storm now with this big EMF move. You see that beam shooting down there from up here? I shouldn't have to mark this one. This is very obvious. But it's the step move in here. You see it coming down here? Here, I got it on the last frame, I believe, right in here. Yeah, you can just about see it. I'll go 1, 2 before. You kind of see the path they got set up for this storm to come in. It's pretty obvious to me because I've been looking at Mimic a long time. I'm very good at reading it in a way that it was not intended. I don't know any other way to put it like that. Right. The line of flows are all saying it's been heated here. Excuse me, I don't like to use the green. Green's where it's going to go. Red. Red you get this time. Now the steps is set up through here. See it right here? It comes right out to sea. The other steps are here. They're minute. And these are differential bands in the moisture. So she should come in here, spit some water that direction, but not that far out, probably about to here, in a line like this. Let me get rid of some of that mist. In a line about like this. You see that curve here? You guys with cows and stuff out there, you need to get your pastures ready, right? So then this storm is free to come here and then just go out to sea. And it can pump a lot of shit along this coastline along the way, and I'm not very happy to report to you what I'm about to show. Anybody that will be happy about that is fucked up in the head. As far as the flow off the coast, showing me what Mimic showed me, because that's important, and I'll do that now. Yeah, we'll show what I was seeing on Mimic. So I'm going to just get the tropics up here. This one doesn't do the same. Right, where are the steps? Right about, that's match and Mimic, pretty much. See that haze between here and here? Well, it's a plasma line. And it swept everything over towards this side of it. I'll show you. Right here, I'm on red this time. Right, you see this haze in here? It's right from here through here, and it actually goes to this side of the storm. It's on a low deck. Big beam shot up over the top of that, right through, what the heck is that? Right in here, you'll see a haze, right? If I follow that line down, you'll see that it goes all the way down the coast. And what has done that one, I've yet to determine, but it looks like a pulse that came from about Newcastle way, right about down here. See that? And it went up coast as well. And it pinned the other side of the storm. So when you saw that straight line, that's Newcastle, that's Jorn. Jorn did that. I can even show you the device I suspect and what it looks like. I'm going to pull my map up. I have it marked as Tesla's death ray. It's right down here in Newcastle. It's part of your Jarn. And it's the rascal right there. She ain't small. She ain't small at all. Not small. Yep. Come on. It's not happy with me. I want to measure it for you. Come on. Oh well. There it is. It's big, and I'm going to get on with it. So, yeah, I suspect that's the device that fired up the coast. I don't want to leave that on. Now, if I look locally, right, if I zoom right on into the Penis Insula over here, I see a lot of EMF. I see a line here and here and here. So the cyclone coming in is most likely coming in this direction, right about here. Because you see this EMF here? There's a device or something right over here that I don't know what it is, but it's made a heated flow line. So this storm is free to just come right through this path in here. She should come down hit this wall of EMF, and it has to come over. There's almost no other way for it to go. Okay, so I marked a map for you guys to have a look at. And it's this one here. As you're gonna part that cyclone now, it can go a little bit north or south of that line, depending upon any localized radar sweeps. But that one beam that shot down coast there, it pretty much set the tone for everything. Yeah, and there was a lot of chem and deployments and stuff. If we look up north of the storm here, you can see the chemical catalysts that are making it. And that eye's not really circular, is it? Nah, it's rectangular with two dots in the center of it. So it's a chemtrailed up mess, absolute mess. Same with you, Vanuatu, absolutely smashed. Look at this, cascading chem all the way over about onto the edge of Fiji. We're going to start getting some of their wet soon as well, because that beam is now freely sent this whole mess over their direction. What a fucking shame. Port Villa, a lot of chem over the top of you today. So let's roll the forecast part. Yeah, that's a monster, isn't it? It's going to be wide when it gets to the coast. It's going to get wide. So I'm going to roll through now some of what they say is going to happen. Can I put it closer to the event? That is the inaccurate one. All right. It's going to worry the hell out of everybody. Everybody's going to do a lot of guesswork all the way through the next few days until we head in towards Sunday. Sunday the 1st at about, I believe it was about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. It is when she should touch shore. And now this is where the guesswork's going to come in with the EMF, and I think she's going to come over here over the top of Agnes. I think Gladstone, you get your ARKS ready, Marion Vale, get your ARKS ready, Rocky, get your ARKS ready, because this thing goes 1 degree this way and that way, and in Mackay, I'm going to be telling you to get your ARK ready. So we've got days here, and this rain band, as it bumps into the coastline, is going to condensate big time, as you're watching how much precipitable moisture is coming down every 3 hours, increasing and increasing. You guys are in for a flood. I'm looking at totals along this coastline. Some areas over 400 mil, 500 mil. I will not be surprised. Yep, so get your supplies ready. Make sure you got a deck of cards, because when this comes over your house, you're going to get wet. We're talking 2 centimeters an hour. So how many hours are we going to tick by here? That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 hours of 5s. Okay, that's a lot. That's over 3/4 of a meter. I don't have a calculator. My head is fried. Yeah, you guys, they're lying about the totals, because if I put the rain total on here, I just calculated over 3/4 of a meter of water, and they're only saying, let's get you to the proper date, and they're only saying 400 mils. So I think they're lying. So you guys, we got some big problems coming. And it looks like it is going to dump a mist out towards out west, because the EMF said it's going to do that. It says so today. So yeah, about 10 centimeters seems about right. So you guys got some pastures to open up too. You guys some flash flooding problems. Marucci, problems. Rainbow Beach, problems. And we'll nail down some of these totals for over down in these areas here, because it looks like you guys are skating out, because this should go out to sea by the time it got down to here with the 14 pressure line out here like this, right? As this storm here is going to be affecting that. And it's going to have a tendency to start pulling some of its moisture out to sea, so that's very good luck for you guys. But one beam off your coastline, one next red radar going wild over in Brisbane heats up this coastline, and that thing's going to camp out. So I'm watching. One beam off this coast for too long, and that thing's going to sit. So we're going to be watching this very closely, aren't we? So I really don't want to do anything too long. I kind of, maybe in a day or so, I'll give you a who's fucked show. But right now, nobody's fucked, because you're getting your ARKS ready, and there's a lot of time left, okay? Big love, stay safe, peace.